Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Z. It's nice to have you here. We're gonna do a quick little reading vlog. So I have a book club with some of my friends in Florida, and this month our book club pick is Beneath the Stars by Emily McIntyre. I know absolutely nothing about this book. I know that one of our other friends has already read it and given her rating. She gave it 3 stars. But I'm pretty excited to get into this. The cover is super cute. Like I said, I don't know anything about this. It's about 445 pages, so it shouldn't take me too long. But I do have the physical copy. I also have it downloaded on my Kindle just in case, because I'm not sure what I'm going to want to read on. Like, if I'm going to read the physical copy or if I'm going to read it on my Kindle. I do know sometimes that reading on my Kindle feels faster. So I have both, just in case. But I'm super excited to get into this and see what it's all about. This is my first Emily McIntyre book, so I'm really interested to see how I feel about the writing and how I feel about the story. But that's the plan, is to get this baby read in the next couple of days and see how we feel. But let's go ahead and get into it and see what we think so far. Good morning, everybody. It's the next day. It's about 10:15 in the morning. I have some free time. So we are going to hop back into Beneath the Stars. I am at chapter 11, and at the moment, my thoughts are that the age that we start this story at is mildly concerning with some of the language. So at the beginning of the story, we get the prologue of Chase and Alana seeing each other again while working on a project. And then it goes to when they first meet. Alana is 11 and Chase is 13. And Alana becomes fast friends with Chase's little sister. And there are some heavy topics in here. There is discussion of child abandonment. There is discussion of drug abuse and all that kind of stuff. So, like, please just check the trigger warnings before you read this book. I typically go into everything blind. So if the trigger warnings are not, like, directly in the front of the book, I don't know them, and they're a surprise for me. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but that's just how I do it. What I will say is that the age thing is mildly concerning, and Chase is really blind to the sketchy things his sister is doing, which is also mildly concerning. But so far, I'm enjoying it. I think the writing is good, and it's really fast and easy to follow. Like, I don't feel like things are going over my head and, like, I'm missing anything. But please be aware of, like, the possible trigger warnings and content in this book. And my biggest complaint is, at the moment, that Chase is being stupid and he needs a therapist. And Alana is just allowing it, which is also mildly annoying. But with that being said, we're gonna hop back into this. Also, I hope you guys like my outfit today. It is cold in Texas. It is a whopping 13 degrees outside. It is snow flurrying. The wind chill is in the negatives, or like singular digits. So we're having a good time over here in Texas. So I've got my beanie on and my bibs, of course. So we're having a good old time here in Texas. We're gonna be reading this some more and watching the snow flurry, because it is crazy. Snowed twice in the span of a month and a half. Was not on my bingo card for 2025, but I'm loving it. I love the view. It brings me so much joy. I'm looking out my window to see it, and it is so pretty. It's so pretty, but good Lord, it's cold. But let's let's see what else is going to happen in this chaos. That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Your sister's doing sketchy stuff and you're not paying attention. Too busy wrapped up in your own self-deprecating life. Good Lord. So there's a side character named Jackson in this book, and he is officially my favorite character. Him calling Alana out and being like, he's not treating you right, and you shouldn't put up with this, and he knows he's not treating you right, and he just knows that you'll brush it under the rug, and you deserve better. Chef's kiss. We love a real friend. You go, Glen Coco. Oh, God. Bro. No way. No way. Okay. We move up. We power through. Yeah, you are a selfish son of a... Oh my God. Okay, guys. I had a really quick meeting that I needed to hop into and had some work to do after the meeting. So I'm now on chapter 16. And at the moment, I'm very annoyed. Now, this could be from the fact that I was hungry, and I was so hungry that I had the shakes. However, our main male character needs therapy, number 1. Number 2, he's an idiot. And number 3, the main female character needs a backbone. Now, I'm going to reserve any more thoughts until later on, after we keep reading, because, oh my Lord, so much has happened. But I have so many questions as to why we did not do things differently. But like pop off, whatever. So my annoyance may be from me still waiting for my food to settle after eating. So I'm not going to have any more opinions at the moment. I have them. I'm just not going to share them. And we're going to get back into this and see what's going to happen from here on out, because guys, Let's do it. He finally got therapy. It's a little late. It's a little late, bud. I'm on chapter 25 now. I'm about halfway through the book, and here's what I'm thinking so far. One, our male main character finally got therapy. At least one of them is making good decisions. The female main character needs therapy, needs to grow a backbone, and needs to stop letting people walk all over her. I'm frustrated because I feel like this book should have had trigger warnings at the beginning, and there aren't any. There's a playlist, but there's not. Oh, there are. There is at the beginning. And you can scan the QR code. I'm dumb. There is trigger warnings. It's not a bad book. I'm not enjoying it. But I kind of feel like this is more of a situation of, it's like when you see like a wreck on the highway, and even though you're like, that's awful, that's so sad, like, I hope everybody's okay, you can't stop looking at it. It's not bad, and I am enjoying it, but at the moment, I'm significantly annoyed with the main characters, and I don't think it has anything to do with me being hungry. So there's that. But we're about halfway through, and I'm gonna keep reading and see. Maybe we might finish it today, because I only have like 200 pages left. I might finish this today. But I'm just... Here's the thing, is I am enjoying the story, because if I wasn't enjoying the story, I wouldn't keep reading. But I'm also really annoyed. So I have two feelings at the same time. I'm enjoying the story because I think the writing is good and the story is interesting. But I'm very annoyed with how the main characters are acting. And I don't know if that was intentional. I kind of feel like it was intentional. But that's where I'm at. So I guess we're just gonna keep pushing forward. And see where we go from here, because they just met up for the first time since the funeral. Accidentally. Because he is the contractor for the renovation job at the studio that she now works at. So I think we're now in the present timeline. Very interested to see where this goes. Alright guys, a little update. We're now on chapter 38 of Beneath the Stars. And my thoughts are that I am significantly less annoyed with the main male character. He's going to therapy. He is actually stopping to think about what he says, what he does, how he reacts, how he does things, which I think is massive improvement. I mean, I understand that like with age, people grow and change. I'm getting less annoyed with the main female character just because she doesn't seem as welcoming to growing, both for herself but also seeing the main male character's growth, which is mildly annoying. So I understand that this is second chance, but people grow, people change. We have to give the new versions of people the benefit of the doubt, and she's not willing to do that, even though he is showing her with his actions that he's different and he's changed. But I suppose, I mean, we're about 2/3 of the way through the book, so I'm sure that she's starting to realize that. Like at the beginning of chapter 38, she's starting to realize that, you know what, maybe hanging on to the anger I had from when I was a teenager and letting that make my decisions is a bad plan. So I'm really hoping she is getting it together. So I'm pretty excited about that. But we'll see. She should be with Jax. She should 100% be with Jax. Alright guys, I have a little update. I'm maybe like an hour or two away from finishing the book. We went from pining teenage love to excruciating trauma and heartbreak to anger and resentment, and now we're back in love, but like a lusty love. There was no conversation. There was no like, hey, these are the things that hurt me in the past, so like these are things we need to work on. I feel like that scene would have been so important and would have helped the story, in my opinion. We're gonna keep reading and see how this ends, because at the moment it just feels really kind of like messy and chaotic, which like is fine. It's a little bit of a roller coaster, but let's keep reading and see where this ends. Why can't she be with Jax? I've said it once, I'll say it again. Why can't she be with Jax? Okay. I finished it. And my first thoughts are, thank God they finally figured it out. I would give this a 3.5 to 3.75 on the star rating because the story was good. It was messy and it was chaotic. But I think the point of the book, at least in my interpretation, was that true love always finds a way. And at the end of the day, we're all human and we all have things that we've been through and we all have traumas and we all have issues and we all have things that bug us down and we all have insecurities and we're all just human. And so I think in a lot of ways that really brought the characters to life for me because many of the insecurities that they struggled with, I have struggled with. And while I don't think that this is a bad book by any means, I think that there are some plot holes that I really wish were filled in, especially towards the end when our two main characters are getting back together and they've decided to stop fighting with the past and just live in the present. Because there was a conversation that needed to happen. And because that conversation didn't happen on page, I feel like there's a big hole. There's a whole scene that's missing from this that I wish we would get just because in reality, I realize it's a book. But for me, it would have been more cathartic if that conversation had been shown on page. I don't think it's a bad book. Like I said, 3.5 to 3.75 stars. I would definitely recommend this. I would say beware of the triggers because it does deal with some really heavy stuff. But overall, I really enjoyed this. I was annoyed the entire book because if one of them had their crap together, the other one did not. And that really annoyed me. And then, of course, at the end, they both have their crap together and we don't get to see that because that's the end of the story. But I'm sure that because this series is an interconnected standalone series, that we will obviously see these characters in other books, which I think I might continue this because I'm curious to see how everything else plays out because this is such a mess. But I think reading the other books would probably give me closure because this kind of ends on a cliffhanger a little bit. We don't get to see kind of the full reunification of the couple. And so I'm pretty sure we're going to see more of that in other books. But I enjoyed it. Yeah, 3.5 to 3.75 stars. I would recommend this. It's very good. Please be aware of the triggers. And just know you're going to be annoyed the entire time, but you're not going to want to stop. So that is my reading vlog of Beneath the Stars. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for reading with me. I'm sorry this was kind of a mess. But if you would like to see more from me, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.